Hello, YouTubers, and welcome to some Stellaris. I'm Skype Bias Games, and welcome. And yes, it's finally out. Stellaris, the 4X space strategy game from Paradox, is finally out, and boy, have I been excited for this one. Now, this is basically if you're thinking about the most choice-heavy game for space, this is the thing that I've seen so far. I don't know of anything else, but this is like the thing that I've seen so far. I mean, you have space battles, you have colonizing, you have um, alien proto civilizations that you can conquer if you so wish. Everything is in here, and it's finally out, and we get to play it finally. So let's go to new game, and all right. So basically, we're going to create a new faction from start, just because for the Let's Play, I like to keep stuff new. As you can see, I have a quick one that I just made, Skyquakistan Imperium. So I just played an hour or so just to get the basic feel for the game and know some of the hotkeys, basically. Because this game, if you've played about 14 to 20 hours, then you're early mid game. So this takes a while to play, especially if you're playing on the big maps. So let's create a new map, new faction. So my idea was is if you've ever heard of Hydra from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, basically the bad guys of Captain America in the Second World War, and their dictatorship, and they're these scientist guys that really want to take over the world and impose their will on the world. So I was thinking about going that same type of line, but instead of humans, I am going to be a faction actually. Uh, where is it again? Traits, nameless, name, appearance. That's the one. Okay, so you have a bunch of different ones. You have mammalian, reptilian, avian, arthropoid, molluscoid, fungoid, orthogoids. But we're searching for a Hydra specifically. Now, if you've watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or just know some of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, then you might know what I'm talking about. So I was thinking something like this because, the tendrils and everything, because there isn't quite a Hydra. I mean, there's something like this and this, which is basically it. So I'm just looking quickly through everything and seeing if we can find something better. Okay, no, so I'm gonna go with this guy just because, yes, the octopus things and all around weird looking. So let's go for that. So name, what shall we call ourselves? Well, we're gonna be Hydra. So these are our people's name. So basically, we've done appearance, then name, and the choices have been so many. I mean, I spent about 30 minutes just making my first faction or empire, whatever you want to call it. So let's go Hydra, and then plural will be. What is the plural of Hydra? I mean, two Hydras? I mean, if you cut one Hydra ahead of, two more shall take its place. So, um, Hadrian? Hadrian? No, that just connects us to somebody burns down Rome. So, yeah, let's just stick with Hydra, because Hydra is plural in of itself. So I think so. I might be wrong. Please let me know in the comments below in the if Hydra has a plural or not. I'm not sure. So let's go adjective, Hydran, Hadrian. Okay, sounds good. So leader names. So although we are molluscoid peoples, I'm still gonna think of going for human names, just because of the easier to pronounce of it. Svetlana Habsburg, Na Yang. Now fleet names. Which one shall I take first? Ooh, Force Hydra. Okay, that just answers our question all on its own. Okay, so traits and government ethics I will do next. I'll skip a couple of things and get back to them, because we kind of need to know how we're going to look. So because we're Hydra and we're going to keep to that kind of role-playing theme, Hydra is very intelligent. They're these really smart dudes. Well, what we might need is not solitary, repugnant, because I mean, some people might not think this is very cool or nice looking. Decadent resource output without slaves. Well, Hydra does take a lot of slaves. If you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they do have some workers for them, so that might be a thing. Slow learners, slow breeders. No, they won't be slow learners because they're intelligent. So, well, slow breeders could actually be a thing because, I mean, um, in stories you don't really hear of more. Actually, no, we're gonna need breeders. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with decadent, just because of the resource situation. And then let's go with adaptive because, as I said, Hydra's motto is cut one off and cut one head off, and two more shall take its place. So I think that will be very, very fitting for this group. So let's go over to government and ethics. So Hydra is a militarist group. That's just definitely so. Now they're also collectivists because of their ways of staying alive. Um, And which one was the other one that I was thinking of? They might be xenophobic, but not really. I think they're more materialist, just because of the way that they want to get better research and more stuff like that. So I think this will work. Collectivist, militarist, and materialist. We from our wars, we being militarist, collectivist. One guy's head can be cut off while the others will sprung forth and make two. And materialist, we just want more science and research and everything, basically. All the good things. Then government types. Now we could go military dictatorship, military junta. Okay, so let's go quickly through them. Military junta holds an election every 40 to 50 years to select a new ruler. So basically, if we have, say, normal human lifespans, we will have like two rulers um, per 50 years, give or take. And ship cost minus 10% and ship upgrade cost minus 25%. While military dictatorship, you holds an election upon ruler death to select a new ruler. Naval capacity 20% and ship upkeep minus 5%. Then we have science directorate, which same as with this, but instead you get research alternatives 1 and 1 empire leader capacity extra. Then you get despotic hegemony. Each ruler can build an elite assault army, research speed plus 5% and service speed plus 10%. So this is basically your science, your normal sort of military dictatorship, stuff like that. Then you have your plutocratic oligarchy, holds an election every 40 to 50 years to select a new ruler. Energy credits 5 and minerals 5% both. And despotic empire, each ruler can build an oversized military station. Building cost minus 15%, slave mineral output plus 10%, and slave food output plus 10%. I'm gonna go with Despotic Empire just because it gives us that option for the slaves, because we already have a slave bonus, so why not just have it? Okay, so I think this will be very good for our government and our FX. If we go back here, right, then our ruler. I will make myself ruler because actually no, I will make Red Skull, a good Marvel Easter egg there, because Red Skull, kind of had a thing for you wanted to. He's really smart. He wants to do everything by himself and rule with an iron fist. So I think this is very important. Then we have color variants. I'm gonna go with a blue skin. Or should I? Is there like a red? No, there's not. Okay, let's go with blue. And we could go blue skull actually. How about blue skull? Yeah, blue skull. Just make it a little bit more interesting. Blue skull with military clothes. So this is kind of military, but that's more diplomatic. Ooh, yes, this looks like a ruler. But on the other hand, I think this is most fitting to Blue Skull. I think that'll be very good for the leader. Oh, back. I went bit by a bit quickly. I think Hovel name will be Hydra Island. I think that's fitting for the MCU theme. And then I'm thinking of which one was it? Ocean Wolves, just because it is Hydra. But on the other hand, maybe tropical and continental. Ooh, decisions. This one. Yeah, I think continental just because we kind of need to do stuff. So Actually, Ocean World might be interesting. Let's go with that. Yeah, why not? Star name will be Shield. Those of you who've watched Captain America will know what that means. Then, I think, we need to take cities befitting for them, so either reptilian or mammalian. I would think reptilian because it fits more with the ocean style. Then, once again, our government and ethics. Empire name, we will be... What ideas do you have? The United Hydra Hierarchy, United Hydra Empire, Great Hydra Hegemony, Hydra Empire. How about the Solar Hydra Empire? Hydra Solar Empire or Solar Hydra? No, not Solar, because we're gonna have more than one star. Let's see what else is there. Hydra Imperial Planets, Hydra Dominion. This I do like. I like this. So let's keep with that. Now we're gonna definitely go with the flag, a sort of Hydra themed flag. I think there's one over here. There's either this one, but it's not really Hydra, so I believe the other one was in Pirate. There we go. With its octopus, not quite exactly, but it's the closest that we're gonna probably get for now. Of course, it's gonna be red, but I'm thinking we should put something in at least. Secondary colors. Actually, let's go with a red interior. Where's red? There we go, red. And then primary color will be black. I think that looks awesome. Yeah, because then it's just not that just a plain red. This gives a little bit more texture to it. So let's go with that. So we're going to... I'm thinking projectile weapons just because these guys like their projectile weapons, tentacles and all that stuff. So we're gonna go with that. Energy weapons and projectile weapons and missile weapons are the three choices. Now, the difference is basically missile weapons have long range and are pretty good, but the problem is they can be taken out by point defenses. While projectile weapons are very good against... they didn't have such good range, but they are very good against shields and such, which should actually be... Yeah, that's correct. And then energy weapons, directed energy weapons, which is very good against armor. So I'm gonna go with projectile weapons just because most races will have shields at some point. So, and we can also unlock the other ones later on. Now, there's 3 FCL methods: warp travel, hyperspace travel, wormhole travel, and such. Now, warp travel is basically like you would think Star Trek. You can easily go from one planet to another one. But from the 3 FTL methods, it's the slowest. So it means if you're getting attacked, and you're on the other side of, say, your empire, which is really far, it'll take a while for your fleet to maybe get there. So this is very good for small empires, but the problem is the more you expand, the more difficult it becomes. Wormhole travel is basically Stargate, Mass Effect, stuff like that, where you have a station where you jump from, and then you have a certain radius where you can go, and from there you jump to another point, and then from another point. So very good early game because you can go large distances in the blink of an eye. But the problem is later on you're going to be pressed in with space against your enemies, and then you're gonna be really stuck with this because if they take out one of your wormhole generators, then you lose the resources that you used to build that, and you have to rebuild it again. So if you just target someone's wormhole stations, it can really grind down their resources. So that's one reason why I'm not going to take that. And warp travel, it's fine, but it's a bit too slow for me. So I'm going to go with hyperspace travel. Now, hyperspace, you can only go in lines. You have these hyperspace lanes. So you can say, for example, not go to a planet directly, but have to go from another planet to another planet, like a diversion, basically. It is, for me, overall the best, just because you have the mobility, and overall the hyperspace lanes don't hold you back too much. So let's go with that. Now, I am a huge fan of the arthropoid ships, just because of the design and shape of everything, so I'm going to go with that. So we are the Hydra Dominion, with we're despotic empire, collectivists. militarist, and materialist. We are intelligent, repugnant, decadent, and adaptive. Now, just quickly going through these, intelligence gives plus 10% for all of your researches, basically. Repugnant means species won't like us as much as they when they meet us. So other species happiness minus 1%. Decadent resource output for fat slaves is minus 10%, and then adaptive plus 10% habitability, which will really come in handy when we're pressed for space. Materialist, we get 5% for all the science outputs. Militarist, alliance influence cost is plus 50%, but all of the other things are much better. So, like, for example, rivalry influence gain is plus 25%, which we'll get to in a bit. Army damage plus 10%, and war happiness plus 5%. So all very good things. Collectivists, you have your pop modifier, slavery tolerance plus 50%, and food consumption minus 5%. So this plus, I think it was decadent, kind of work very well again. Then we have master drivers as weapons, hyperspace travel, and arthropoid ships on an ocean world called Hydra Island. So we're going to save that, and we're going to go with done. Now, of course, we're going to go huge. I mean, 1,000 stars, why not? I'm thinking 30 AI empires will be just fine for us. Difficulty normal, completely fine. Now, you can, if you want to allow just certain types of FTL, for example, you can say all space races have to use hyperdrive or warp drive or wormhole, just to maybe keep it, if you want to maybe make a lore or something like that to keep the roleplay a bit interesting. You can definitely do that, but I'm gonna keep it on any just because of I like seeing the different styles of play with the different FTLs. Then you can go Iron Man mode, which means there's only one save. I'm gonna leave it off just because there has been a few problems, not with the saves or anything, but I always err on the side of caution, so it's not because I don't want to do it, just because if something happens and I don't have to save anymore, then I would rather be safe than sorry. So the galaxy shape, you can either go elliptical, spiral, 2 arms, 4 arms, or ring. I'm thinking we're gonna go elliptical or spiral. Woogly boogly boogly. This is a good question. Let's go for elliptical, just because why not? And that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to put a cut in here, and we'll be taking off next episode where we will check out the basic layout of the game and start playing the Hydra Dominion. But thank you guys so much for watching, and take care, and we hope to see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.